when Yella Boy got killed, man, it messed the city up. You know, because like I say, they was the outlaws of New Orleans, you feel me?
Remember Yella Boy? If you don't, you're about to get schooled on one of the wildest stories in hip-hop history. This New Orleans rapper was blowing up back in the day with UNLV, but his rise to the top got cut short in the most tragic way possible. We're talking about shootings, beef with Cash Money, and yeah, you guessed it, Birdman's name is all up in this mess. Some folks are saying Birdman might have had something to do with Yella Boy's tragic end. Is it true? Is it just street talk? We're about to break it all down for you. So, Yella Boy, born Albert Thomas in 1975, this dude grew up in the rough streets of New Orleans. From day one, he was surrounded by the city's rich music scene, and you better believe it left its mark on him. In the early 90s, Yella Boy teamed up with 2 other rappers to form UNLV. Now, for those who don't know, that stands for Uptown Ninjas Living Violent. The other members were Lil Yah, real name Yafet Jones, and Reginald Manuel, aka Tech 9. These guys weren't playing around. They brought the real, raw street life to their music. UNLV's sound was something else. They mixed the bouncy beats of New Orleans with hardcore gangsta rap lyrics. It was like nothing else out there, and people noticed. Their music painted a picture of life in the hood that was so real, you could almost touch it. Now, here's where things get interesting. UNLV caught the eye of 2 brothers who were just starting to make waves in the music biz, Brian Birdman Williams and his brother Ronald Slim Williams. These guys had just started Cash Money Records, and they saw something special in UNLV. Birdman and Slim signed UNLV as one of their first acts. It was a big deal, y'all. This move helped put Cash Money on the map and kicked off their rise to the top of the Southern rap game. UNLV dropped their first album, 6th and Baronne, in 1993. It was named after a famous corner in New Orleans, keeping it real to their roots. The album blew up locally, turning heads all over the city. It didn't make it big outside of New Orleans, but in the city, it was the hottest thing around. Over the next few years, UNLV kept the hits coming. They dropped Straight Out the Gutter in '94 and Mac Melf Callio in '95. These albums stuck to what made UNLV great, hard-hitting lyrics about street life, all set to those bouncy New Orleans beats that got everyone moving. In UNLV, Yella Boy was the standout. This dude had a way with words and a style all his own. He could spit rhymes that would make your head spin, and he had this energy on the mic that was straight fire. Fans couldn't get enough of him. Picture this, Yella Boy rolling up in his red trooper, mouth full of gold, ready to lay down some tracks. That was the image of a star in the making, and everyone in New Orleans knew it. His aggressive style and the way he could paint a picture with his words made him a force to be reckoned with in the rap game.
Damn, man. And Yella Boy, to be honest, like, he was the fans' favorite. You know, his melodies, how he delivered, his charisma, like everything about his swag, you know what I'm saying? You know, with the mouth full of goals, he pulling up in the red trooper, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just was, it messed the city up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you'd think with all this success, everything would be smooth sailing, right? Wrong. As UNLV got bigger, problems started brewing behind the scenes. And let me tell you, these weren't just little disagreements. We're talking serious beef. The main issue? Money, of course. Yella Boy and the rest of UNLV started feeling like they weren't getting their fair share of the cash their music was bringing in. They were blowing up, but their bank accounts weren't showing it. This led to some heated arguments with Birdman and the Cash Money crew.
We actually asked, once they got the deal, we asked Baby and Slim for, X amount of money, you know what I'm saying? Once they got the deal, they were like, nah, we can't give y'all that right now, dog, you know what I'm saying? And we actually wanted to start our own label, and it was like, nah, we can't give y'all that. And we were like, all right, we want out then, you know what I mean? And I mean, they didn't try to hold us up or nothing like that, they didn't try to keep us locked in or nothing. They just, respected our mind and let us go, you know what I mean?
Well, there was a rumor that there were some unpaid royalties around that time.
Yeah, we didn't find out that until once we had got off the contract. That's when, we went to discovering like, damn, You know, everything we done had this and, you know, had that, and ain't nothing was in our name. So that's when the attorneys came and play and that.
But it wasn't just about the money. As Cash Money started signing more acts, like the Hot Boys, UNLV felt like they were being pushed aside. They'd helped build Cash Money from the ground up, and now they were watching new artists get all the attention. You can bet that didn't sit well with Yella Boy and his crew.
We hot, we blowing up, we want a nationwide deal. We tired of this local stuff. And Baby like, man, you gotta be patient. See, Baby looking at it, Baby had money from the streets. So he good. Yellow, you know, coming from the hood selling crack. So it's like, man, listen, we got some hot song. It's time to get us a big deal. So they arguing about that, and they had to fight. And Slim tried to step in to break him up. And Tech Nine, he's home now, stole off on Slim. I was so hot about that. I was so mad about that. I wasn't looking for Tech Nine that day. Me and Tech cool now that we talk. I interviewed him and everything since he's been home. But I was very up, because my thing, you don't put your hand on Slim. Birdman, y'all is whatever. Y'all, he can handle his own self. But Slim, you crossed the violent.
And now we're getting to the juicy part. Rumors started flying about a crazy fight between Yella Boy and Birdman. Word on the street was that Yella Boy straight up pistol whipped Birdman during an argument about money. Can you imagine? That's some serious stuff right there, But it didn't stop there. People were saying Yella Boy took it even further and shot up Birdman's truck. Now we can't say for sure if all this really went down, but these stories were everywhere in New Orleans. True or not, they sure as hell made things tense between UNLV and Cash Money.
It was a rumor that Yellow went and shot the house up. I didn't see that. I don't believe that. That's what they running with, people saying that. But I don't believe that happened. But Yellow started riding around with that pump shotgun though.
While all this drama was going down with Birdman, there was also beef brewing between UNLV and the new kids on the block, the Hot Boys. The Hot Boys were Cash Money's new golden boys, and UNLV wasn't feeling it. There's this wild story about Yella Boy showing up at Turk's high school looking for him. Turk, who later became part of the Hot Boys, was so scared of Yella Boy's reputation that he hid in the hallway until Yella left. That's how intense things had gotten. Young rappers were literally hiding from Yella Boy.
When Yella Boy got killed, man, I was young, bro. Like, I ain't lying, man. Like, when I used to come around Cash Money, you know what I'm saying, and whatever they was going through at the time, it was like, we the new up-and-coming group, you know, they UNLV, you know. I remember one story, man. Yella Boy pulled up. I was going to high school. I was catching a bus. I ain't even had no car or nothing. So they were like, man, Yella Boy out there, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was like, damn. All the while I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, they mad because, you know what I'm saying, we the next up-and-coming group, and you know what I'm saying, it ain't about UNLV no more. So Yella Boy out there, I'm hiding in the hallway, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm young though, you know? So bam, I'm like, man, I ain't about to go out with him, cause I done heard so much stories about him, like he thugging, he gangster, did that, right? You know what I'm saying? So bam, I didn't come out, man. I came out after he left, and it was crazy, man, because you know what I'm saying, like just being a fan of them to becoming like, I don't know if they thought that we was trying to take their shine or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It could have been that, I don't know, but it never was our intentions to be the next UNLV, man, because we all looked up to UNLV.
By 1996, things had reached a boiling point. There were rumors flying around that Birdman wanted to drop UNLV from the label. You can bet Yella Boy wasn't about to let that happen without a fight. On April 5th, 1997, everything came to a head. Yella Boy, only 22 years old, was sitting in his car outside a club called Tammy's. Word is, he was there to buy some dope. But something went wrong, terribly wrong. Next thing anyone knew, Yella Boy had been shot in the head. He was found dead in his car, just like that. The promising career of one of New Orleans' most talented rappers was cut short in the blink of an eye. After Yella Boy's death, the rumor mill went into overdrive. Everyone was trying to figure out what really went down that night. And you know who ended up at the center of a lot of those rumors? Yep, you guessed it, Birdman. People started speculating that Birdman might have had something to do with Yella Boy's death. They pointed to all the beef between them, The alleged pistol whipping incident and the shooting at Birdman's truck. It seemed like there was plenty of bad blood to go around. Adding fuel to the fire, Birdman dropped a song in 2002 called What Happened to That Boy. There's a line in it that goes, "What happened to that boy? He was talking ish, we put a clap into that boy." Some people swore this was Birdman basically admitting to his involvement in Yella Boy's death.
Well, there was a rumor that Birdman's song, What Happened to That Boy, was a reference to Yella Boy's murder. Do you believe that?
I can't believe that shit. I can't believe that.
Did you talk to Birdman after all that happened?
Yeah, I talked to Birdman a few times after that happened. A few times. I mean, we didn't talk about any business once we told him, that we wanted off the label. That was before Yella even passed. But, afterwards, we talked about that situation, and he was like, man, ask me more than I could ask him, you know what I'm saying? He seemed puzzled, fuck.
But hold up, we can't just go accusing people without proof. Birdman has always denied having anything to do with Yella Boy's death. Now here's another twist in the story. Some people started pointing fingers at Terrence Gangsta Williams, Birdman's half-brother. Gangsta Williams was known for being involved in some serious street stuff, which made some folks think he might have had something to do with Yella Boy's death. But Gangsta Williams wasn't having any of it. He denied being involved and even suggested that people should be looking at Yella Boy's own crew for answers. He pointed out that a lot of Yella Boy's old associates were either dead or in jail, making it hard to get to the truth.
Yella Boy gets killed, and you get blamed for it. But you had nothing to do with it.
But the feds cleared me from that because they had to do their investigation. So it happened, Birdman, Slim, Lil Wayne, Juvenile, BG Turk, all those was out Lafayette at a concert. And it was at them little motel, looked like a little house. We was there. Tech 9 drove out there to tell us that Yellow had got killed. But it's sad because people will point the finger and say, I did this or did that, and I'll be with the president, but because of my reputation, for them knowing me doing stuff, I get blamed for everything. And I really didn't have nothing to do with that.
At the end of the day, Yella Boy's death remains a mystery. The cops never solved the case, and with all the rumors and speculation flying around, it's hard to know what really went down that night in April 1997. What we do know is that the New Orleans rap scene lost one of its brightest stars way too soon. Yella Boy was only 22 when he died, with his whole career ahead of him. Who knows what kind of impact he could have made if he'd lived? Even though Yella Boy's gone, his music lives on. Fans still bump UNLV's tracks, remembering the raw talent and energy Yella Boy brought to every verse. His grave in New Orleans has become a place where fans go to pay their respects and remember the impact he made in his short time on the scene. Yo, this story's got people talking for real. Let's check out what some of y'all are saying in the comments. One fan hit us with some real talk. Sad how this street culture life has took so many souls. Ain't that the truth? It's a harsh reminder of how dangerous things can get when the streets and the music game collide. Another viewer got us thinking about what could have been if everyone got along. Just imagine how much talent and success we could have. For real, imagine if all these talented artists were lifting each other up instead of beefing. The New Orleans scene could have been even more fire. But check this out. One commenter cut straight to the heart of the matter. Jealousy. A real conversation, but nobody has time for that. God bless his soul. Seems like they think jealousy played a big part in all this drama. And they're right. We need to have these tough conversations. In the end, Yella Boy's story is a tragic reminder of how real the streets can get, even when you're on the verge of making it big. It's a cautionary tale about the dangers that can come with success in the rap game, especially when you're keeping it as real as Yella Boy did. So there you have it, guys. The story of Yella Boy, his rise to fame, and his tragic fall. It's a wild ride from start to finish, full of talent, beef, and unanswered questions. So, what do you think about all this? Do you believe the rumors about Birdman's involvement, or do you think there's more to the story that we don't know? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe button if you want more stories like this one.